Perfect. Boy, did Quantrill get a big double play to get himself out of that jam in the top half of the third.
Nothing in one. The count to the leadoff batter, Jonathan Aranda. 56 total pitches coming into this inning for Quantrill. 17 fastballs, 10 sinkers. You bunch those together, that's 27 fastballs, 11 cutters. 38 of the 56 pitches have been the hot and hard stuff. 0-2, went with a cutter, got him swinging. What away.
So he's kind of flipped the script here this afternoon against the Rays. I'm sure the Rays were looking at all the numbers on Quantrill this year. As we get a look at this last pitch, it's a cutter, top of the strike zone, gets Aranda to swing right through it. He's a good contact hitter. But the Rays, they're looking for that split-fingered pitch and throw them fastballs when he normally would throw that splitter. We showed you his pitch distribution at the beginning of the contest. That splitter is the pitch he throws the most by far. 28%.
Marlins trailing 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. Marlins are 4-4 this season in games started by Cal Quantrill, and in a majority of those games, the offense has done their part to support him.
And Christopher Morel's got some huge power. Hasn't done a whole lot since coming from the Cubs, though, last year at the trade deadline.
Good fastball, called strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts by Quantrill to begin the fourth.
Before they realize what Quantrill is doing, let's hope that the Marlins score a few runs, because he's not using the splitter. He's using a lot of fastballs and well-located fastballs. Breaking ball down, change the eye level, you go north upstairs. That's called pitching right there. North and south. Not so much east and west these days. It used to be east and west. Umpires used to give you a lot off that outside corner, but now you can't get balls called off the plate, so they go up and down. You're more often to either get him to swing at that high fastball, or you get a chance to give your catcher to frame it at the bottom of the zone.
Well, there's a big reason for that too. The buffer zone has changed this season, and not many were aware of it. Home plate umpires used to have 2 inches of buffer in, out, up and down. That's been reduced to 1/4 of an inch, and that's how they've been judged this season. So the strike zones have gotten much tighter. As the 0-2 is swung on it, missed, strike three.
Do it, Quantrill. Do it, Cal.
That is an immaculate inning for Cal Quantrill. Here in the top of the fourth. 9 pitches, 9 strikes. How about that?
And Brandon Young is there in plenty of time. Little fist pump from the 26-year-old Brandon Young, who has stacked 4 straight zeros to begin this game.
And the Orioles turn their 65th double play of the year, tied for 19th in that. Young has retired 11 of 13 singles from Beatty and Soto, the only blemishes.
And that's the Mets. The Mets have grounded into now 76 double plays, which is 3rd most in baseball.
It's one of the reasons, despite being 9th and on base, 7th in slugging, they're only 14th in runs, because they just hit into a ton of those. Alonso has now hit into 14, which ties Juan Soto for the National League lead. 0-2 for Jesse Winker, and struck him out swinging. Welcome back to Splitsville.
That thing is dirty right there, and he's throwing it, folks, and I mean hitting the perfect spots. Why would this ball start? It starts right at the bottom of the zone. Looks like the fastball, and those last 4 or 5 feet, there's a really good look right that splitter. Spread your fingers out, put the thumb on the side, and throw it just like a fastball, and let the grip work, and the action worked right there for another strikeout. 4th strikeout of the day for Brandon Young.
It's a fairly new pitch for him. Talked to Brandon a little while ago. He said that was a new pitch he added this offseason. It's a rare pitcher who has both a splitter and a change, and I asked him about that splitter, and he said, well, hitters don't like that, with a laugh and a smile on his face, and they certainly have not liked it tonight. Jeff McNeil didn't like it either. It's 0-2. I mean, Brandon Young coming out of junior college, Howard College, and then Louisiana, or Louisiana Lafayette, as some still call them, had a fastball, slider, changeup, cutter. This splitter is new. The curveball was Not something we really saw in college from him. And he throws another splitter, and McNeil goes down. That's 5 strikeouts for Young, and 3 of them on the splitter.
That's about as dirty as a Bourbon Street martini right there. Just perfectly placed at the bottom of the zone again. Gets ahead with the fastball and gets ahead of you, expands the zone, and he is starting it right where he needs to, and it's ending up in a perfect spot.
Luis Torrens. There's a rare cutter, only the second one of those tonight. 4 2/3 innings has tied a career high for Brandon Young in the big leagues in just his 5th major league start. In the first 3, 4 innings, 3 runs, 4 2/3, 3 runs, 4 innings, 4 runs, 4 innings, 3 runs. This has come out of absolutely nowhere, and he's ahead 0-2 in an inning where he's thrown 9 pitches, 9 strikes.
There is nothing not to like about Brandon Young's stuff tonight. The fastball command we talked about earlier, it had to be there. It has. He had to attack the strike zone. He has done that. And he's been able to get to his off-speed pitches, and they have all been really sharp.
Should say it's actually 8 pitches, 8 strikes, which means he's 1 pitch away from an immaculate inning. 0-2. He got it! An immaculate inning for Brandon Young.
Goodness, huh? Reach back for a little extra, young man. How about 96? Right on the outside part of the plate. You can't throw one any better than that right there. That was the first strikeout. Here's the second one on another splitter, and watch this last fastball. This is what you call a paint piece right there. Young man is fired up, and he is wheeling a gem right now.
Yes, this offense has been struggling, and it's nice to see the slug off of Seiya's bat. Well, it doesn't come at a lack of effort, meaning these guys, they have been putting in a lot of the work. So when they haven't been performing, it has nothing to do with them not putting in the work. So take this as an example. This was before his last at-bat. Seiya was on the iPad, and then you just see he's visualizing, trying to get his timing down. I mean, just all those little moments they can add up throughout a game, and it certainly paid off there.
Yeah, 3 balls hit over 100 miles an hour today for Seiya Suzuki, and right there he's playing Tetris.
He's watching the highlight going, dig me. He might be doing Wordle.
Yeah.
His first Wordle guess was Homer.
Swing and a miss, and Kittredge gets Hayes with that slider.
One of the beautiful things about being a relief pitcher, you don't have to wait long to get back out there after a rough one. Andrew, that was victimized by the 3-run home run from Steer yesterday, the big blow in the game. This is his 4th appearance with the Cubs. The first 2 were clean, 3 up, 3 down. He actually threw the ball well yesterday, made a couple mistakes. And he'll take the ball, man. He's a gamer.
Big time. Lux 0 for 2. Cubs lead at 2-zip. Oh, well done there by Carson Kelly, presenting that last pitch.
That's a moneymaker right there. Sinker. Right on the edge.
Excellent.
The notch of the knees. What are you going to do with that, Gavin Lux? Nothing.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Kittredge back-to-back strikeouts, and there's 2 away.
Great sequencing. The sinker, and then comes back with that tight slider under the barrel.
Here's Stevenson. And that one in for a strike. So Kittredge has come in, and he's just pouring it over. Swing and a miss. JD's a pitch from an immaculate inning.
Do it. Strike the ball, slider, swing and miss.
Kittredge listening in. He says yes. Takes a deep breath. Stevenson taps the plate, and here we go. The 0-2. Struck him out. He strikes out the side. Kittredge bounces back from last night. Outstanding work, the immaculate inning.
Mason Miller takes over here in the 8th.
All right, got to hold the deficit. Trailing by 2, 50th game for the hard-throwing right-hander. The fastball, the slider, nasty stuff.
Well, Jeremiah Jackson has got the longest hitting streak in the majors actively right now. Coming in with a 13-game hitting streak, does not have a hit today. He's walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, fouled out, grounded out. And down 0-2 after the slider.
I love that pitch. I mean, who doesn't love the 102, 103, but that slider. 11 appearances with the brown and gold. Struck out 19 of 41 batters. 1.64 and 11 of 19 on that four-seam fastball.
Strike 3, back to the slider again. Out number 1 of the 8th inning.
Getting out in front, spinning it. Great pitch.
The last hit they had was in the 3rd inning. That belonged to Mountcastle. They sent 11 men to bat. And here he is now with 1 out in the 8th. Bullpen has done very well. Reynolds, Hart, Estrada, and now Miller. Did he go? Yes, he did. Doug Eddings. Strike 2.
It's worth another look. Check, please.
Strike 3. 2 down in the 8th. Back-to-back Ks. 4 in a row for Padres pitching.
Another uno dos, adios. There's the slider right there. Boy, that's got some serious bite to it. Wow.
2 down in the 8th. Manuel Rivera has 2 hits in this game. Yeah, that slider is biting today. And the slider's been most effective, but he's got 264 pitches, 100 miles an hour or more. That's the most in the majors. But right now, he's just slider after slider.
One strike away from an immaculate inning for Mason Miller.
Immaculate inning for Mason Miller. Jeremiah Jackson.
Say it, Donnie.
Ryan Mountcastle. Emmanuel Rivera. All down by way of the K. Immaculate inning. Mason Miller.